Welcome back, fellow Wacksters, to the next episode of Tyranny. So, we just talked to Tenon, and let's continue out upwards from here. Maybe we should talk to other Fate Binders for more lore? Or how about seeing what these guys have to say? Bloodmosh, Fate Binder, you're no stranger to Tunan's court, but I prefer to spend as little time here as possible. In spite of having these closed walls feel strange exposed. He glances up at Tunan. Fair warning, when you backed Ash, you were as good as signing your death warrant. But we shouldn't discuss such matters in a court of law. You'll make our time in the tears an interesting one, won't you? He smiles for an uncomfortable long time. Of course you will. You gave me something during the conquest, Tidecaster elders to interrogate. Now I'll give you something in return. He whispers an arcane symbol in your ear, one that you won't soon forget. Ah, so we got a new sigil. Enraged Mind. Causes an ally to fly into furious rage. The ally gains the effect of the enraged affliction, at the end of which they return to their former state. What does the enraged do? Recovery is reduced by 25%. Health increase. Okay, so health increase against will increase. Reduce. Let's assign it to this guy. Interesting. Fatebinder Nunoval. Tunan, favor 1. Anthelas, you return unscathed and more acclaimed than ever, as seems to be your way. Fatebinder of War claps your good naturally and excessive strength on the back. Come, you must regale me with all your journey has held. I could use a moment of respite between friends. He regards you with a warm, boisterous smile. Word has reached me regarding your negotiation tactics at Apex. I must admit, I'm impressed. You made any headway with the Southern Wretches. If they are open to reason, it would seem they aren't as ignorant as the Archon of War would have us believe. Come, let us speak freely. How were you singled out to become a Fatebinder? I'm curious about Tunan's mask. Could you remind me of the history and origin of the Fatebinders? Tell me more about Curious's armies or allies. I've claimed the Spire vendor as well. I would hear of your past victories. No need for all that. Well, let's talk to these guys. Maybe they have also something to give us. Service. Anything beats a prolonged siege. Hey, Fatebinder. Enjoy the war while you can. Fatebinder. The lieutenant gives you a court nod. I'm ill at ease in this polished hall, but I admit that it's a reprieve from the battlefield and training grounds. If Ash needs me to stay here and represent his interests throughout the occupation, then I'll be up to the task. Really? Nothing. These are the guys I'm siding with? What now? Bleeding Mask. Welcome back, kid. Amusing as it would have been to watch the edict drop, I guess I'm glad you lived. Bladen Mark. Bladen Mark is Curious's knife in the shadows, the unseen drop of poison that enforces the Overlord's will. He reports to Tunan the Adjudicator, serving in his capacity as the final word to those who hold Kairos' law in contempt. Few knows the origin of the Archon of Shadows, or how Kairos maintains a hold on him. Those who anger the Archon never lives past the sunset. Archon of Shadows rouses from a faraway stare to face you with a wry smile. Though he stands still, he seems to sift in and out of the shadows that shroud him. Here you threw your rings on Graven Ash's side. Not a bad bet to pick the Archon of War, but tell me the truth. Did you go with Ash because it seems like the right thing to do, or because supporting the voices was a worse option? Neither Archon was at their best, but Graven Ash is the more capable warlord. Our lives depended on military success. I was not about to hand control to the Archon of Secrets. What sane creature would trust the voices of the rot? What's it to you, Archon of the elderly? What sane creature would trust the voices of the rot? One does like to win a battle every once in a while. At least the voice of Narat isn't consumed by grief or hesitation like some Archons I know. Don't mistake him. The Archon of Secrets thrives on mistrust. When everyone believes you're lying, speaking the truth is a fine blade with which to cut your enemy. All that matters is that the edict of execution was stayed. Those stationed at Venturin's Well should be thanking you for their lives. Now I assume you're off to go meet with Ash, but first, you and I need to have a little chat. I'm listening. Everyone's keeping an eye on you, because you did something nobody has done before. Got a guess as to what that might be? First fate bided to engage in war against an allied soldiers. The first fate bided to proclaim 2 edicts. The first to resolve an edict before its consequences came to pass. The first fate bided to awaken a spire of the old walls. I'm the first person to take an evasive stance against your rhetorical questions. Let me guess, I'm the first fate by the characters decided to promote to some position of authority. Spire. You're not wrong, that was definitely a shock, but I doubt it's the sole reason you've made the tears tremble. Proclaiming an edict isn't new. Neither is surviving or resolving the commandments of an edict, but you're the first to proclaim and resolve the very same edict, and it didn't kill you. In one fell swoop, you survived your second edict, resolved the very one you had proclaimed, and woke an arcane structure that had slept for several centuries. Why should I care about it? So, why are you telling me this? Did I do something wrong? And now I go on your short list of people who stand out as potential problems. More or less, mostly more. He offers you a dangerous grin. I don't care what you do with the information, but you should know the danger you're in now that you've put yourself on the map. Sticking with the disfavored is a smart idea, kid. At least, smarter than getting mixed up with the Archon of Secrets. You'll never really be one of them, but if you value Ash's warriors, they'll serve you the best they can. Thanks for the advice. Wait, there's still so much I want to ask you. Thanks for the advice. The Archon of Shadows strikes to you in farewell, but his golden eye are alight with interest as he watches you.
I got it.
Okay, there's the Archon of Shadows. Let's get out of Tunan's court. And we could head to Iron Hearth, or let's go to Sunset Spire, Lathian's Crossing. Ambush. A group of mercenaries, members of the Bronze Brotherhood, are blocking the road to Lathian's Crossing. Interesting. This was the place in the setup where we could have chosen to have become a court ruler.
You didn't see nothing.
Now let's see. An ambush or not? Welby, a tall woman stands here, surveying the area from a small overlook. She glances at you and immediately goes back to watching the surroundings. Welcome to Iron Hall Trail, Fatebind of Tunon. She salutes you. My name is Welby, first axe for the Bronze Brotherhood, though I'm not sure that title matters anymore. She pauses to gather her thoughts, then opens her mouth to continue. Instead, she exhales slowly and shakes her head. Never mind, you needn't be burdened with my problems. While I appreciate you coming to me before speaking to Rayataman, you will need to be careful. He has, of late, been acting out of sorts, and any perceived slight can become a problem for the one who offends him. Choose your words with him carefully. What can I help you with? How could talking to you offend Rayataman? Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. Webby laughs a little. We're mercenaries, plain and simple. I'm not going to pretend like it's anything more. While it's true we have, in recent years, been a little more stationary than your typical crew, it doesn't change the fact that our services can be purchased if the price is right. The voices made an offer to assure our cooperation, and we took it. If I had known Kairos would try to have us thrown out of our homes afterward, well, I probably would have still taken the reins. But I would have been a little more prepared for the inevitable conflict. Rayataman will try to sell you on our long and noble traditions like we're some kind of altruistic saints who can't do no wrong, but the story is as old and smelly as Grandma Beastman's tail hair. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take a job that doesn't seem right to me, but a ring's a ring, and I will go where the money leads me. One point Rayataman and I will agree on is this. We did a job for Kairos, but we were not treated fairly. The Brotherhood is strong, and we have the numbers. We will fight to the last man. I just don't agree with Rayataman's method. Why are you forcing Charles to pay a toll? Rayataman will say it's because it's what we're due, and part of me is inclined to agree with him. But if I were pressed, I would say his pride is hurt and he's lashing out. He can be such a child sometimes. She looks quickly at her guards. Just watch yourself around him. He hasn't seemed completely in control of his faculties lately. It's frightening to see what he's becoming. Did you not swear an oath to your leader, Sellsword? I know that your loyalty was available to the highest bidder, but I never guessed that it extended into treachery. Rayataman's plan can doom our entire troop, and I intend to prevent that from happening. I am loyal, not blindly devoted to someone intent on marching me off a cliff's edge. How could it offend him? You chose to speak to the first axe before speaking to the actual first brother, the bodyguard before the leader. How could this mean anything but collusion and treason? I know I speak out of turn, but I only wish to warn you, tread lightly around Rayataman. What does it mean to be first axe? She's 6. I wish I knew, Fatebinder. The first axe protects and consults with the first brother. I'm supposed to be Rayataman's advisor, confidant, and guard. Lately his behavior has become erratic. He's acting paranoid, manic, and distrustful. My duty as first axe is to protect the first brother, but I'm also sworn to protect the Brotherhood, and if that means the removal of Rayataman, so be it. He has too many supporters in Lethian's Crossing right now to speak out against him. What do you think has happened to Rayataman? Honestly, I couldn't speak to the cause. The stress of leadership, the battles with Kairos' forces, his night in the Old Walls, Willoughby shrugs. Doesn't matter. His behavior is endangering the Brotherhood, and he must be stopped before we are destroyed. I fear people will be hurt by far more than a simple toll. She points south. He is over there, searching corpses, looking for information. I know he's not going to find. He's ambushed a patrol. He's going to anger an Archon, and for what? His pride. How would you run the Brotherhood? I wouldn't waste time and resources on petty vendettas. That much I can tell you. I like battle, and I like rings, and with the Brotherhood we used to get both regularly. Now all we have is fear, suspicion, and blood. I want the disciplined regiment back, and I intend to have it. While I may agree that we were treated unjustly, Rayataman's methods for obtaining restitutions are despicable. Sounds to me like you're simply a coward. If you want something, you take it. Rayataman has the right idea, or true acting like a child. Acting like a child when you don't get what you want is not the behavior of a leader. I agree. Except in this case, the child is in control of an army capable of laying waste to his home. Let me ask you something else. Yeah, that's all. By your leave, Fatebinder, and be careful.
Yes.
All right. Here we have Rhea Tallman. Oh, they killed. Rhea Tallman, a striking man with a shock of bright blonde hair, stands here, observing some men searching bodies of slain disfavored soldiers. He watches you approach, his angular features pulling into a look of disdain. And here's the fate binder. He doesn't mask the displeasure in his voice. I knew we'd see you. I was just wondering when. What brings you out where no one asked you to come? Are Kyrus's dogs ready to be put down again? I won't surrender the crossing, no matter how many times you try to take it. We were hired to protect the city, and we will continue to do so. No one else will have it. He glances at his men, who have stopped to watch the conversation. With a start, they return to search the bodies. Never mind. He waves a hand dismissively. I don't care why you're here. My name is Rhea Tallman, and I am the leader of the Bronze Brotherhood. Speaking of which, what did Welby have to say? He looks north where Welby stands, watching you both intently. Has she already started filling your mind with lies about me? She and I are going to have a chat soon. I can't have my first axe countermanding me at every turn. I know she wants my position. Watch yourself, while you are my guest in my land. If you have come to stir up more trouble, we are well equipped and will not back down in the defense of what is rightfully ours. He sweeps his arm in front of him, gesturing at the surrounding countryside. Welby and I might not always agree, but that is one point we see eye to eye on. If you step out of line, we will both correct you. His eyes narrow and he leans towards you. You are not welcome here. Now tell me what you want or leave. You would dwell to watch your tone speaking to a fate binder. Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. Tell me about Welby. Why is Lethean's crossing so important to the Bronze Brotherhood? What is so important about these bodies? You'll do well to watch your tone when speaking to a fate binder. Rhea Tallman laughs hollowly. I care not about Kyrus's forces. We rebuffed their feeble attempt to remove us from our rightful home once already. I am more than happy to try again. I am more than happy to try. Okay. You will find I do not cower when you raise your voice against me, lapdog. What's so important about these bodies? They were undoubtedly scouts sent by Kyrus to ascertain our defenses. And where one group is found, many others are sure to follow. Why is Lethean's crossing so important to Bronze Brotherhood? We were asked to do a job and we did it. Then what happens? Kyrus attempts to eject us from our homes. He makes an empathic gesture to the north, towards Lethean's crossing. By all rights, the city is ours. Suddenly, Kyrus wants it. Well, I intend to keep it. I refuse to leave. We protected the crossing for years and even ensured Kyrus's forces could do business here when Nerat asked us to. No, we did the job we were asked, and this land belongs to us. I need to get to Lethean's crossing. Rhea Tallman looks at you with an incredulous expression. Absolutely not. You must be crazy if you think I'm letting a disfavored sympathizer through to my city. Who knows what plans you would make to undermine my authority. He crosses his arms over his chest. You have some nerve, Fatebinder. Let's talk about something else. Tell me about Welby. He shoots a look to the north. I had such high hopes for her as my first axe. The continued success of the Brotherhood should be the single most important goal for anyone who is a member. She seems to have forgotten her place. She is not the head of this band. I am. If she doesn't stop overreaching, I will have to replace her with someone who knows how to obey. Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. We are a humble group with a noble, long-held traditions on the side of right and honor. Rhea Tallman's voice fills with pride. If there's an injustice that needs to be rectified, we are called. Sounds like you're upstanding citizens. Yeah, sure. Yes, we are, Fatebinder. Rhea Tallman's face breaks into a giant smile. I'm glad someone finally sees us for what we are. I'm tired of people calling us mercenaries and sellswords. So we get paid for what we do. We need to live. You said you don't do it for money, but that's why you're fighting over Lethean's crossing. I don't appreciate your tone or the implications of what you're saying, Fatebinder. Reatomon's eyes are hard and his voice is flat. This is a mere matter of principle. We performed a service and we were paid for that service. Don't try to glibly explain away a complex situation. This is our home. This is my home. I will have it, no one else. Now, if all you came here is to insult me and mine, I would suggest you leave. Let's leave for now. I certainly hope that isn't the case. Let's check out. A small figure stands before some armor-clad soldiers. His arms move wildly as he gestures in frustration, yelling at the man directly in front of him. Absolutely not! I've come through Ironhall Trail more times than I can remember. No one ever asked for a toll before, and I won't be paying one now. He notices you standing nearby and turns to speak. Fatebinder, surely you, of all people, can help me. My name is Aster, and I must go to Lethian's Crossing. I have goods to deliver. Tell this man I will not be paying a toll to him or anyone, and he is to let me through. He folds his arms over his chest and nods with a pronounced finality. Greetings, Fatebinder. I am sorry you have been drawn into this. What you stumble into here is merely a conflict of the changing times. I am Will of the Bronze Brotherhood. Ironhall Trail is under our protection, and anyone passing through must obey our rules. If this gentleman would like passage through our land, a simple donation is required. He holds out his hand. These funds help our cause and keep Ironhall a safe place for all travelers. Clearly you both can see the value in that. Aster speaks, his arms swinging about again, emphasizing his words. And who exactly is keeping it safe? You standing there with your weapons at the ready against me? His arms drops and turns to you again. I'm not but a traveling merchant. I have no money to spare, and I certainly pose no threat to anyone. Keep this area safe indeed. He points at Will. You are the only threat here. Fatebinder, please, talk some sense into this man. So, what can I do here? Pay 50 rings toll for Aster. Here's payment for the merchant to pass unharmed. Address Will. This man will not be paying a toll today. Call your guards off and allow us passage immediately. Address Aster. Just because you passed through before means nothing. Pay the toll now or head back. You try my patience. This matter is a waste of my time. You are on your own, merchant. Let's address Will. Thank you, Fatebinder. You have done a great deal of good today. Aster bows dramatically. He turns back to the soldier. And you, brute, move aside and let me pass. Will holds his position and gives you a meaningful look. Perhaps you want to reconsider your stance in the matter, Fatebinder. He plants his hammer on the ground and leans on it, staring Aster down. Passage is bought with rings or blood, but I'll happily take both. I stand by my decision. Aster raises his hands in protest. I thank you for your efforts, Fatebinder, but it is not worth bloodshed. I will leave in peace. Alright. Will returns to his position and looks you over, his former genial mood gone. So, a Fatebinder in our little corner of the world. Who'd have ever thought that would happen? He spits between his feet, then crushes it into the dirt with his boot. You are walking a dangerous line, Fatebinder. The Bronze Brotherhood never backed down from threats. He pauses for a moment, sizing you up. Normally, I'd knock you down where you stand for threatening me, but Reatoman demands to see you if you come through here. I thought he was crazy saying you'd be visiting Lethian's Crossing. Look like I owe him a few rings. He shakes the pouch around his neck, making the rings inside jingle melodically. Not that there's a shortage of those out here. What can this humble servant of the Brotherhood do for you, Fatebinder? And don't ask me to let you through, because that isn't happening. Barrack. This ridiculous piece of mercenary offal requires a lesson in pain and obedience. Allow me to teach him. If you think you can get him to move, do it. Thanks, but I can handle it myself. No, if you think you can get him to move, do it. Sellsword. Attend me. I take it your responsibilities have been explained to you. Keep the rabble on this side of the bridge, yes? That does not preclude taking orders from your betters. One of two things will happen. Either you will let us pass, or we will simply pass. There are no other options. Whatever role you have taken upon yourself to bar our way has already failed. You succeed only in delaying our task and annoying me. Is your name Riataman? Are you the leader of the Bronze Brotherhood? He cups his ears to listen. No, I didn't think so, because he decides who crosses and who doesn't. If you have a problem with that, take it up with him. Ash, forgive me, but I can only endure so much of the fool's inane jabbering. A blur of rusted metal precedes a deafening crunch as Barrack backhands the mercenary, leaving a significant mark behind. Will rubs his cheek. Hold on. I'm just doing my job. I apologize if I offended. Riataman will have my head if I let you through. There's nothing I can do about it. Let's see if we can talk to the woman up here again, or maybe rebelling against Riataman. Welby gives you a small silver fate bite you have returned. Okay, let's kill Riataman then.
Let's be off.
By your command.
Just point me in the right direction.
Still around, Fatebinder. I hope you have decided to move on already. Why are you charging travelers to toll to get through Ironhold Trail? I don't see how the affairs of Brotherhood... Okay, let's just attack him. I'm done enough of this. I knew you couldn't be trusted, Cat. The forces of Kuros will always show their true face if pushed. Riataman retreats, calling to his men as he runs. Guards, we have a snake in our midst. To arms. Okay, so that is basically everyone. Okay, let us try to set up this properly. Ooh. Swords and javelins emerge from the barracks armor and fly into a cloud of iron above the Fatebinder. Those weapons begin to rain down in a storm around the Fatebinder. Once per rest. Okay. Well, let's try to drown this guy.
Another demonstration of our power seems in order. Anyone else?
There we go. We.
Else want some of this?
Sorry about that.
See what else we can do.
Got dark all of a sudden.
Oh boy. Not the best circumstances right now.
On my command.
That is new. There we go. That helped a little bit.
On it.
Come on.
On it.
I'm
Oh no.
going down!
Okay, we can do this.
On it.
Oh, no quick items.
Will do.
Whew, that was close. And now we will have.
I got it.
Let's equip some quick items to all of our party members. Oh, what's this? Rending Edge. There we go. Oh, it's a nice weapon. There we go. Now we have stashed up some of that. Is it possible to make any new spells? Let's do that later. There we go, one item.
You want me to be subtle? Fine.
Oh, now we'll have to kill all these guys as well.
Graven.
Count
Ash
on it.
protects.
Alright, battle be joined. does this do? Surrounds the party in a glow of grave light energy. While affected, the party's attacks will transfer health from the enemy. Alright. Seems like a good thing.
Take that!
Yes!
Let's use an explosive arrow.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
I will aid you.
And I really missed that healer.
Come and feast my iron!
On it.
I'm going
There goes Barrack.
down!
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
There we go. That's the broken stuff.
I got it.
Well, I guess we're free now to cross the river. Anything up here? Usually is. No. Alright. Let's continue to Sunset Spire. But Red Torment will probably come in our way once more.
I need respite from our travels.
Sorry, I can't.
Sigil of Rooting. Stop there, Fatebind, not on a step. You're not welcome in Lethian's Crossing. You're insane if you think I'm going to let you in after what you just did at Ironhall Trail. Go now, or we'll show you how the Brotherhood handles fools who don't know their place. Okay, let's use our athletics. You're really crazy, aren't you? Maybe all those stories about you are true. I'm not sticking around to find out. The guard turn and run.
My armor feels lighter.
Wonderful. So we just intimidated our way out of that.
Another.
Level up for Barrack. Let's upgrade his health. Defender's Watch.
Demonstration of our power seems in order. As you wish. You got it.
We should try that. On it.
Face my iron!
Right.
Will do.
You cannot! Win!
There we go.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Ready?
Whew.
You didn't see nothing.
Moving cautiously.
There's got a few of them, but there's still more. Yeah, I liked the other caster more. He was able to heal. However, that is irrelevant because it seems like we've run out of time. So, hope you guys are enjoying the series. See you guys in the next one. Whack.